Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. In today's video we're taking a look at the latest offering from Vans Hobby, their MB-12A Night Walker. This is of course based on the Generation 1 Headmaster Nightbeat. Absolutely adored Nightbeat as a kid. I think we picked him up from a store called Woolworths, or we knew it as Woolies. I just don't remember him being available, vastly available in the UK, but I definitely had the original, and I used to go around with him. I used to go no 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 Nightbeat, because that's what I did as a kid. We've got the lovely artwork on the front there. We've got our Headmaster Junior muzzle. That is the actual size of him. Quick look around the box. Absolutely love the retro feel of these. And then we've got that gorgeous little diorama at the bottom there. Collect them all. I am indeed trying to. Let's crack him open. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. You see I've stuck an Autobot insignia on the hood there. You don't necessarily have to. That's just my preference. The toy didn't have it, but I believe, coming back from memory now, the old advertisement for it, there's an animation and Nightbeat kind of riding along, muzzle was kind of driving him, and you'd see the Autobot insignia on the hood, and then flipping him over you'll see the chest panel there. I've also got an insignia on there as well, but the vehicle mode is sublime. Vans Hobby have done an incredible job getting that colour. Oh, it is so much like I remember it. I think the original toy was slightly darker. It was kind of a darker blue. But considering they've used this mould, they used it for Minerva as well, I think they've done a sublime job. Now let's take a look at the accessories. As I previously mentioned, we do get a muzzle figure, although he's had a huge upgrade since his G1 appearance. He was just a yellow block with black legs back in the day, but now he's got some nice blue on him. And we've got articulation as well. We've got a fairly decent head sculpt on there, considering the size. It's like an abdominal crunch. We've got some bends, ball mounted legs. They don't really come out a vast width, but there's enough to just splay them a little bit so he doesn't stand with his legs completely static. And we have the face on the back there. We have the seat, which forms part of the head. We get an alternative faceplate, and then we get two of these guns as well, which can be stored. You have to pop the back off and they tab in underneath the back here if you choose to. The only downside I've really found to this, I really loved having the weapons on the hood. As a kid, I used to have them mounted here, and I think his main gun would go on the roof panel. There's a hole. We don't have any of those style guns with him. They were just little black pistols, which would then double up and form the sides of the helmet. If anything, I'd love that as kind of an upgrade accessory, but I don't really know where we'd be able to store those. It doesn't seem to be anywhere really, unless they would kind of clip in on here somewhere. But as it stands, I think this is the nearest we're going to get to a masterpiece Nightbeat. I can't see Takara doing one, and the fact that Vans Hobby are tackling all of these kind of Headmaster Juniors and that, it's amazing. It really is a fantastic time to be a collector. In addition to those accessories, we also get a little sticker set. We can put some license plates on Nightwalker, or we've got the stickers which we can put on the arm. We've got some visor stickers there as well. The original toy did have these kind of metallic stickers on his arms, on his knees, and I think on his crotch from memory. So it might be nice just to add these if you want to go for that toy style appearance. I'm still trying to go for the animation appearance. Obviously, he was just in a very brief advertisement, but he was in the comics as well, so I'll see if I can make kind of a hybrid of the two. Now, being a remold of Minerva, I'm assuming he's meant to be a 959. So we've got the 924 which is kind of what Cliff Jumper and that was around, albeit they were kind of like the penny racers. And we had Jazz, who I think was a 935. I suppose I could always go downstairs and get a Dead End as well. He was another Porsche. He was a 928. But yeah, just I think he's a big car, isn't he? It's a really kind of big vehicle mode compared to some of the kind of G1 figures, but it's still a really nice size. If you get this alongside someone like the Fans Toys ones, or some of the bigger vehicles, maybe like the DX9 ones as well, it doesn't look out of place at all. And to get these little dudes transformed up, you want to come around to the back. Legs are going to bend at the hip. These are then going to bend back on themselves and then just compress nicely inwards. Again, bend that down, compress, and get that nicely inwards, and that just sits either side like so. Where you want to come around, lift up the front windscreen, you can see the dash and that, and you've got the panels where you can put some of those stickers. The other stickers just go on here. This is going to untab from here and just unpeg, and if you see here, this is where you store the top of the head. So let's just get that out, and that's going to slide in like so, and that is Nightbeat's head. That's a lovely, lovely sculpt. Really like how they've done that. And of course, if you wanted to go like the toy, then you could switch out the faceplate for that orange face, which is very, very reminiscent of his toy counterpart. But this is the head I will be going for. Now to start the transformation, this section here is going to push down. These are going to open up at the back, and again disengage on either side of those doors, and then slide the doors out on this hinge, which allows those to drop down. So they're just unplugged and they will slide down. So they're now at the rear of these legs. That allows us to slide this one over first, I think, and then this one. Yes, so window in first, and then base of that door. These blue panels are going to fold in and hide off this chest piece, and the mirrors themselves, you just want to compress those against the door. So just rotate around and they just sit flush. You have these panels at the back, they're going to split, and this is going to come around. It's going to rotate around, and then as we come up, it's going to fully rotate around so that this panel is now at the front. So again, rotate this around on this axis here, turning, and then as we turn, that is going to come around, rotate, and rotate again, so that these have been brought round all the way to the front, and then just pegging those in together. Those are going to slot down into that chest panel. I can bring those back over. Really does tidy up the back, doesn't it? The bonnet splits. These parts here are going to come away from the leg. Come on, down you come. Come away. Like so. This piece here lifts up, and you can see that we've got this whole leg here which is going to extend, open up, and this will then fully extend on this hinge, rock all the way up like so. This comes down and this close off. That's going to form the toe, and then close these legs off. So come over, and come on, close, 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 close. There we go. And then this is going to slide in on that hinge here, and it's going to slide along this peg, and there's this tab just here, and this slot here. It'll push, tab, and secure onto the back of that leg. So again, on this side, open this panel up. This is going to open like so. The knee pad is going to bend. The foot panel is going to come up. That allows this leg to come down. Let's just move down. So the leg comes all the way down like this. This comes down. This comes around and up, and the toe folds over. This then closes up. Tabbing in. This slides on this hinge. Rotates, pushes, and tabs and secures into the back of those legs. That's basically our legs done. We can then sort out these arm panels. So these are going to come down. They straighten up. This comes around, so the elbow is at the front, and we've got those fists. This hinge on the back here rotates. Come on, rotate with me, rotate with me. Like so, so that this can come up flat. And it can sit like so. Flip that around, and that's how we want those arms. So again, on this side, let's bring that down, rotate this around so it's at the front. The fist can come in like this. This is going to rotate around so that this sits up flat like this. This comes in, and that just shoves in there like that. We can then grab the shield. This is going to come down like this. This comes up. This here is going to rotate around like this. I believe this is then meant to kind of come up because he had like the hood behind him on the original toy. It then just pegs into the back like so. That, and then we can bring in that Headmaster head and tab that in. And here he is in all of his robot glory. Absolutely love how he looks. The colours are sublime. They're a really nice kind of mix of what we got with the Classics release of him, and then I think it was a Classics or Universe, but that mixed with the original as well. I love the flames on the legs. I love the yellow that they've used. Yes, he's not as boxy as I remember him, but he's quite a slender, kind of ninja-ish looking character when you see him in the advert. And I think this works. I will include a link to the advert in the description so you can kind of see what I mean. The downside to me having the Autobot insignia on his vehicle mode is obviously we can see it on his legs, and that's just something I had to do. You can maneuver the back of that head section. The backpack does just fold down, so you don't have it behind the head. But in all honesty, I like how it looks. I love the colours. I prefer him to Minerva. Minerva's a great figure, but I just think this mould definitely suits him better. The new chest is definitely nicer, in my opinion. I'm glad they went for the more toy accurate chest as opposed to the kind of really hench looking chest that he has in the advert, but you really need to check it out. It's a really odd advert. But, I love him. I think Fans Hobby knocking it out of the park with these figures. They're unique. Nobody else is doing them, and they're nailing it every single time. Seeing that they've just teased their Energon Optimus Prime. I really hope they still deliver us that G2 Megatron that they teased a while back. We're going to get the Armada Megatron from them as well. And then, of course, we've got the rest of the Headmaster Juniors, like Hosehead, etc. Really am extremely excited to see what they can give us. Are we going to be getting the likes of Horrible and that as well? That'll be good, wouldn't it? Siren and Hosehead, the Horrible. But yeah, if we could get some of those as well, that would be absolutely insane. And here they are together. See, they do look good. See, I've flipped Nightbeat's backpack down. I mean, you don't even have to attach the backpacks, but it's there, so I might as well keep everything together. That chest is definitely better, I think. It just really reminds me of the original toy. Quick look at the articulation. The head can rotate around, can go up and down in that slot, which is really nice considering it's a Headmaster. We've got rotation here, out to the side. We've got an upper bicep rotation. We've got a double jointed bend on the elbow, rotation on those wrists. as well. We come down to the waist. Now taking off the backpack piece, you can see the abdominal crunch is in there. It does go back and forth, and there's a left and right motion in there. It's just hindered somewhat when you have the backpack piece on, but it's still in there. It just you just have to be careful, because when you push the abdominal crunch all the way down, these backpack panels then lift out of the crotch, and you have to kind of have those in to get it to go back to its original state. So just bear that in mind when you're chopping and changing him around his waist area. But there's definitely an abdominal crunch in there. We have the legs that come forwards, backwards, out to the side, upper thigh rotation in there. And we get a double jointed bend at the knee, albeit not the most adventurous of knee joints, but it does what it needs to. The articulation on the hands is nice, although the hands are very, very diddly indeed. But some pivoting on the ankle pivots, some up and down on the toes, does exactly what he needs to. Definitely preferring him to Minerva. I just didn't connect with Minerva. I like it. She does feel a little bit more outdated design-wise than some of their more recent stuff. Very much like the Fans Project figures. But I don't know, Nightbeat, maybe it's just my love of the character. I mean, on paper, he isn't any different to Minerva. I just feel him a lot more. Maybe I've just grown to kind of appreciate having a fun toy that you can just pick up and mess around with and not be afraid to break it. There we go. This is Nightbeat. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you picking these up? Are you going to be picking up the rest of those Headmaster Junior figures? I hope I can. And until next time, myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.